Hey guys, so I decided after my last video that I was going to do more of those multiple teas in one video thing because everyone kind of really enjoyed it. Like, that's the general idea I got from the comment section. Anyway, don't kill me. So overall, from now on, when there are too many little teas, you are going to get a few videos where I just combine everything into one. I think we're going to start with the two that I'm least angry about because I like to build up my anger. I don't like to just go full force into anger. We're going to talk about James Charles first because, you know, at this point, it's like nothing he does will piss me off. I'm so desensitized to his like bullshit, so I'm just not even gonna... I don't even care. Doesn't bother me one bit. If you don't remember, James Charles advertised Sugar Bear Hair, which is a vitamin that mainly was being used for hair growth. It is mainly sugar though, so I'm not sure how the connection between sugar and hair growth came along, but we'll just ignore that for a minute. Sugar Bear Hair was actually a direct competitor of Tati Westbrook, who was James Charles's best friend but also Lord and Saviour because she did technically make his career, so do with that what you will. She then made a Bye Sister video. That was a whole thing. Now, there were a few problems with the advertisement that James did for Sugar Bear Hair. We're going to go to the main one that we're kind of concerned with today. The fact that he put the word ad, hashtag ad, what you're supposed to legally put when you're doing a sponsored post, on a white background in white font. So technically, most people weren't even able to see it. And actually, the law on sponsorships is that you're supposed to make it very clear to your audience that you're doing a sponsored post to the point where there would be no doubt in their mind that this is a sponsored post. Now, when you see a white font on a white background, is that really making it clear to the audience that that's a sponsored post, or is that trying to be sneaky about it? That's not it with the story though. He then posted this wonderful tweet, basically just saying like, hey guys, I have anxiety when I wake up in the morning. How can I combat this? Which is a very normal tweet to tweet out to your audience. You know, you might just be like, hey, like I don't really know what I'm doing, can you guys help me out? But no, this is a bigger issue. The Sugar Bear Hair vitamins that he was promoting weren't actually for hair growth. They were a new vitamin that they came out with for anxiety. Do you see where I'm going with this? And he said, and I quote, that they were so bomb and that they were like, now I'm not quoting anymore, I don't want to get sued, that they were like amazing, great, they work. He's had a lot of anxiety lately and they've helped him. So how come when they were sponsoring you and providing you with artist passes for Coachella and security, they were really bomb and they were working for you and like you had like no anxiety after using them, but now that Coachella is done, your friendship with Tati is done, you don't need security anymore, all of a sudden it's like, Sugar Bear Hair, who? I don't know her. It's like, at least be subtle about your lying. Does he think we're just a bunch of idiots? He's just the genius, the one genius on earth, and we're all just a bunch of idiots that he can trick. The bigger picture here, if you didn't realise, is that how are audiences supposed to trust sponsorships when you have people like James Charles saying how like this is helping with my anxiety, and then 3 months later he's like, oh lol sis, I've still got anxiety. It's like, make up your mind. And also, anxiety isn't something to just like mess around with. People have actual, you know, anxiety disorder that they're dealing with, and they could be young, and you're promoting Sugar Bear Hair, their anxiety pill. And these young and impressionable fans will buy this hoping that it like helps them cope with their anxiety, and all along you knew it didn't work. You probably never tried the vitamin. If you want to prove me wrong, that's perfectly fine, please do. Don't trust everything you see on the internet, except for obviously me. Always double check, always do your own research. The only person you can trust on this planet Earth is you. Don't just blindly listen to people. Do your own research, fact check things, and then make your own informed decision, because that's the only way to go through life nowadays with people like James Charles just lying at this point. And it's like, I'm not even going to say, oh, allegedly, presumably, whatever else, because it's like, you said it helped with your anxiety, and then you tweet out saying you still have anxiety. So sis, which one is it? One of those is a lie. Pick one. Which one's the lie? Tell me. Because at this point, I'm just tired. Like, can you tell? Can you tell that I'm just fed up? I said I was going to leave the one that will make me the most angry towards the end, and we're on story 1, and I'm already angry. So, like, That's fun. Okay, let's take a little break for just a weird one. So, Chris Ingham, if you don't know who Chris Ingham is, I'm glad, because I wish I didn't know. He was in a scandal a while ago where he was basically having inappropriate conversations with a minor. She was, I think, 16 at the time. He went to Disney World with his family and she was there as well. And he was basically sending her messages, something along the lines of, hey, do you want a skinny dip? Allegedly. While he was actually married with young daughters. You know what irks me? Grown men that message young girls to do inappropriate things with them. Do you know what irks me even more? Grown men that have young daughters and then proceed to message young girls to do inappropriate things with them. Because that could be your daughter with some other grown man. Think about that. That could be your daughter in a few years' time. There was no consequences, at least not legally. We then found out that his wife was actually pregnant. And then he got her name tattooed on him. Chris Ingham is actually, well, the whole family. At this point, it's like, let's ignore the kids. The kids are not at fault here. But Chris Ingham and his wife are selling a replica of their newborn for £340. Yes, you heard me right. Chris Ingham and his wife are selling a replica of their newborn for £340. I want to know who is buying this. Other than, obviously, I have done my research. There are mothers who have had miscarriages who buy these to basically just be able to cope with the loss, which completely understand. Other than those, who is buying these? Also, like, £340? £340. I get it, you love your kid. Right, kids priceless. We love them. Stan, if you will. But £340? Do you know how many things you can buy for £340? A lot. Also, they are apparently doing a big tea party with anyone that buys the doll. What, just like a big room full of people holding the same baby? Just over and over again. Just a lot of the same babies. Now imagine that baby, like, that's traumatic. Imagine being put in a room with just a bunch of people that look exactly like you. That's a mental breakdown just waiting to happen. Please, spare the child. Spare the child. Take the child out of the tea party, please. Now, let's move on to my favourite segment of the video called Alfie Deyes the... I haven't used that word on my channel in a while because I was trying to be a more PG, family-friendly, advertiser-friendly, nice human being. But every now and then, I get angry. Alfie Deyes has recently been in an interview with Susan, aka the CEO of YouTube. Yes. I don't know why he was picked for that role, as if he is some kind of a representation of 2019 YouTube. Out of everyone on this platform, right? He was just no one else up for the job. Was everyone else just like really busy that day? And Alfie Deyes was the only person that Susan could manage to like get together. Let's dissect this clip. Realistically, the first like minute or so is him just waffling about how there is a like conflict of interest basically between free speech and criticizing people, where like criticism is free speech, so there is literally just no conflict of interest like at all. And I just like, that's where the clip should have ended, just like, how this is it, free speech, we love it, yay, stand free speech. But then it goes into like this big, "Mummy, they're bullying me for mocking poverty. Please help. Please get rid of these channels. Just grow up. Are you not like almost 30? You're almost 30 years old and you're upset because people are, I guess, criticizing you when no one's even criticized you in, well, a couple months. Wait. Was it maybe the time that you mocked poverty? Was it that time that we criticized you? Yeah, I think that was about a year ago now that you mocked poverty. You mocked those living below the poverty line. You did that. You mocked people. You did, right? So that was the last time that we all collectively came together to criticize you. But I do think you kind of deserve that one. And you did apologize, so it does seem like you think you deserved it as well. So I'm not really sure where this is now coming from, because we haven't criticized you since then. So either that apology was a lie, or you just got confused and you think you're more relevant than you are. I don't know. I think this is a big misunderstanding at this point. Also, he then goes on to saying how we're basically just printing money. We're just like making money from like bullying people. And yeah, sure. I mean, if you want to put it that way, yes, a small minority of us are bullies. Sure. I mean, there's bad eggs in every basket. Is that a saying? If not, I just made it up. But most of us do just do some criticizing. That's it. Or like, if you're like me, I've moved away from kind of criticisms to then just doing drama, where I was just basically saying, hey, this is what happened. Ta-da! Isn't that what like news outlets do and tabloids and like magazines? So I'm not really sure why YouTubers all of a sudden are like the worst human beings on earth. Today is a different day. Today I'm going to criticize and you're gonna have to deal with it, I guess. Throughout the clip, she's literally looking at him like, what the f*** are you talking about? Don't talk about my kids like that, because they're making me a fuckload of money right now. At the end of the clip, he basically just says that like we don't deserve the money. He doesn't agree with the fact that we get paid as much as we do to do what we do, which is basically, if you flip that argument on its side, it basically just says take money away from them. Realistically, sometimes you have to imply things from context, right? So if someone says, I think this thing is morally wrong, that usually 9 times out of 10 means we need to get rid of this morally wrong thing. If he says that like us making money from criticizing people is morally wrong, that probably means get rid of their monetization. At least that's how I learned to imply from context. I don't know, English GCSE. I decided to name this video Alfie Deyes Hates Me, I think. If I didn't, then I'll still keep this segment in because it's important for me to talk about it. Because I really like money. Like I really, really love money. And anyone that attempts to take money away from the Angelika Loves Money Foundation is no friend of mine and therefore probably hates me. So Alfie Deyes Hates Me is the title of this video, I think. On a more serious note, having millions of pounds in your bank account and attempt to take away people's livelihood because you don't appreciate criticisms we made about you a year ago that you apologized for. You said sorry, and since then we have literally not spoken about you. You are not as relevant as you think you are. And I'm guessing this is another way to be relevant, because there is literally no way in hell that you said that in a video thinking you're not going to get any backlash for it. Like, you had to know at the end of that little speech you made that you were going to get shit for this. Like, you had to know. I don't know what the thought process was behind this, because there is none in my eyes. But, you know, what do I know? I think this is disgusting, disappointing. I didn't think that bunch of humans could get any worse, and yet he proved me wrong. So that's fun. Yeah, I just think it's horrible to try and take someone's livelihood away when you already have yours and you have a safety net to fall on, and yet you're not allowing other people to get the same thing. It's just kind of sad. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below anything, comment down below, and subscribe because I post videos whenever something happens. Set on notifications and you'll know when that's happening. Follow me on my socials, they'll be in the description down below, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.